Good morning, it's Friday. Welcome to Sabah's Way of Life. Today I'm in the kitchen and I'm treating it as a rest day for me, even though every day is a rest day. But what I mean by that is that I haven't actually written down what I'm going to do today. So that for me is a rest day. A rest day doesn't mean sitting on my bottom watching telly with my feet up, or sitting, worse still, staying in bed. I was up at 5 this morning, which is late for me. I'm used to sleeping early and getting up early, and that's what all of you should be doing. Really, it's life-changing. If you can get into a habit of sleeping early when the sun goes down and getting up as early as possible when it's very quiet, you'll be communing with nature, you'll be communing with silence, and of course, in that state, you'll be communing with God as well. So yesterday in my video, I explained that I am going to be cooking halim. So I did that this morning. I was out in the garden all day yesterday and I've set it up, and I just want to turn this around. You can see here I'm cooking the meat. This is the neck meat, about 1 kilo, with some beautiful herbs and spices, which are all ground at home. And then I'm going to be cooking the lentils. This has got lentils in it, different types of lentils, pearl barley and rice, basmati rice, very traditional. I've given this a good wash, and now I'm soaking it so that the phytins, which is spelt Phytins, the phytins, which is the natural defence mechanism of legumes, will soak out of the lentils, and I'll give them another wash later before I cook. The purpose of today's video is to explain to you the thinking mechanism behind rest. Rest does not mean being stationary and sitting on your bottom. Rest is activity, but doing something that you enjoy. Now, hopefully every woman should enjoy cooking because it's part of life. If you don't enjoy it, find a way to enjoy it, because it's such an important part of everyday life. And being female, being a real woman, and obviously feeding your husband and your children and your family and your parents and the wider family, if you're lucky enough to have that still, which has disappeared now, but if you're lucky enough to have that still. So what I'm doing today is I'm going to be cleaning out the kitchen, but this will just take me an hour, because I do this regularly. Now, what I mean by that is the act of, let me turn this around. What I mean by that, the act of, you can see here, I've got my food cupboard here. It kind of spins round like that, but you know, it doesn't matter if it does or not. And over here, I've got my spice. I've got so many spices because I use them all. The idea behind it is, as I pull them out of the drawer and cleaning, I can also see, I'm conscious, I'm focused, everything's about focus. And I can see exactly how much is left of what spice, what I need to grind some more. I can check and see the food. And as I'm taking the tins out, like I took mackerel out this morning and I thought, God, I haven't had this for a while, need to eat that. I eat a lot of fish, a lot of meat, a lot of red meat, eggs, 2-3 eggs a day if I can. Eggs are your natural multivitamin. Remember, I'm someone who has spent years in researching nutrition and health after healing myself from Crohn's disease and not trusting the advice of the medical establishment. And then once I'd healed, I studied. This is in a previous video, for a long time, to understand how I'd healed, and realised that the majority, I would say 99% of what we're told, not just in the medical system, the health system, but in every system, is a complete and utter lie. So I took personal responsibility rather than outsource my brain and my thinking to a third party, which is what the aim of the game is on Earth today. Right, I was a little bit digressed. So what I'm saying is, when you're taking the food out, you're cleaning, you know what's there, and you will then be able to cook with ease in the future because you know what's in your kitchen. Every woman should know what's in her kitchen. And those of you, and this is probably going to be most of you, who have items in your fridge and freezer and cupboards that you throw out because you haven't used them, I would say to you, shame on you. That it is the most disgusting thing to do, throwing away food and having no regard for exchange of energy, because money is simply energy, especially in an environment when you know what's going on around the world, and especially if you're the people that verbally extend your apologies to all the terrible things that are happening, especially now with one particular region, starving children, not enough food, and this is everywhere. And then you extend your apologies, but in your own home, you behave in a way that just throws food out. Disgusting. That's the only thing I can say. So change that habit, because if you don't respect food, food will not respect you either. So start respecting yourself, change your way of life. Women, get in the kitchen, know what's in your kitchen. If you've just started this and you're thinking, I really need to get going, clean out you just need to do it once properly. I mean, I do mine every week, but then you're maintaining it. You see, it's something I'm doing as a habit, so I don't have to take everything out once a year. No, I'm in the kitchen every day. I'm maintaining it. I know what's there. I know what needs to be topped up. If something looks like it's going to go out of date, I'll use it. And instead of thinking, I want to eat A today, instead I look at what I've got and think, I've got that. What can I cook with that? How can I use that? And that is how you should be raising your children as well, in the same way. It's very, very important. We have now generations that have degraded, and in the next 2 or 3 generations, if there are any human children left, they probably won't even know what a potato looks like. They'll be too engaged in their virtual reality life, painting their nails, painting their face, and they will have a sense of belligerence that even if you were to tell them, they just completely brain numbed. It's already happening now. There are people even close to home that I know are like that, and it's kind of beyond belief when you see it. Fortunately, not in my family. We still have some resemblance of humanity, but it's there, particularly in certain environments. That's why I say be very careful where you raise your family. Your environment is everything, not just your internal environment, but where you live, which is why so many now families that are so aware, they homeschool their children. They wouldn't let them anywhere near a school. But if you're in environments which are money, power hungry, and completely fake environments, the likelihood is you'll become fake with it too. So guard that really carefully. So it's kitchen day, and I'll be out in the garden later if it gets better, but I need to plant a lot of fruit seeds and get the seeding out of the way this week. And then we have another week next week. Have a lovely day. Don't forget to read the notes below, which I'll post a bit later on. Some very important facts come out in the notes after I've had a think about what I've said in the videos. Enjoy your day.